Hi there, welcome to my channel Maths SL. I'm speaking Thaqib Latif. I'm going to explain to you common paper, grade 9 common paper, which is written in September 2025, mathematics. Uh, I will show you 1 hour paper. Total marks is 50, and I'm gonna solve these questions one by one. The first questions, four possible answers are given. Write down only the letter of the correct answer next to the number of the question. So the first question says, what is the gradient of the straight line graph below? So this is the straight line graph. We need to find the gradient, and we have four options given. So the four options are given A, B, C, D. So we need to choose one, the correct one. So let's start. We need to visualize the graph. So you can solve this question two ways. So this is now K and this is M. We got 2 points here. Now, understanding gradient, the gradient or slope of a straight line is defined as the rise over run. So we can use the formula rise over run, which means change in the y, and then we have to divide by the change in the x coordinates, the change in x. So now if uh, we have to analyze the point now. Change in y, to go from k to m, the y coordinates change from 0 to -2. Look here, you're coming down now from here, from K to you coming down to M now. So 1, 2. So 2 units you coming down. So the change in Y is going to be -2, rise over run. So it's going to be, we're going to use two kind of formula we can use. So we're going to use first rise over run. So from K to M, you coming down now, 1, 2 unit down. So the change in y values, the rise over run, rise mean change in y value. So it's gonna be a -2. You're coming down. If you're coming down, so you have to write the negative sign. If you're going up, you have to write the positive sign. Now, so the change in x, rise over run. So the run is mean change in x. So from here, you have to go to M now. So you're going 1 unit, you're going to the right hand side. Have a look here. From here, 1 unit going right hand side to get to M. So which mean you divide by, if you go to right hand side, you write +1. If you go left hand side, you write -1. So the answer is gonna be a -2. So this is our answer. So we're going to choose the point. So the correct answer gonna be a uh, so our answer gonna be a B. So B is our answer. Now I can use the second method also, which is a lot of learners like to choose this method because there's an easy one. So you can apply the formula if you don't want to use the rise over run. The formula, the gradient formula says M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now the k we got is x-intercept. So which means k we have -1 and 0. Don't forget. So the k point we have x value -1 and the y value is 0 because this is the x-intercept. And the m is y-intercept. In y-intercept, so which means x value 0. So in y value -2. X value 0 and y value is -2. But remember, this is y-intercept. Now these coordinates I substitute into this formula to get the gradient. So I say this is my x1, y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. You can choose either one. You can say this is x1 and y1, answer still gonna be the same. You can say this is x2 and y2. So I choose this is x1 y1, x2 y2. So y2 minus y1. So y2 we got negative 2. Negative 2 minus 0 over x2 minus x1. 0 minus, and we already got the negative. Negative 1, negative become positive 1 now, because negative times negative is going to be a positive. So the top is negative 2, bottom is going to be a positive 1. And if you divide by negative 1, negative 2 divided by positive 1, the answer is going to be a negative 2. Same answer. So we can use either way, the answer will be the same. So we're going to choose the, the part B, that is our answer, negative 2. Now we moving to the question 1.2. Determine the coordinates of the y-intercept of the straight line defined by. So we got this. They give you the straight line 1/2. Y is equal to negative x negative 3. So we got four options. We need to choose the correct answer here. Now, so we need to isolate the y. So the y is going to be equal to, now we have to divide both sides by 1/2. When you divide 1/2 divided by 1/2, this is cancelled. And on this side, if we got negative 1 divided by 1/2, look here. So the negative 1 divided by 1/2, use the calculator, answer going to be negative 2. So we got negative 2 x. Now this is going to be a negative. So now negative 3 and divided by 1/2, also negative 3 divided by 1/2. The answer is going to be a negative 6. Negative 6. Now this equation is straight now. Now we need to find the y-intercept. Remember, y is equal to mx plus c. C is your y-intercept and m is your gradient. So in this case, your c is gonna be a negative 6. So your y-intercept is negative 6. So when y-intercept x value is 0, y value is a negative 6. So the y-intercept gonna be a 0 and negative 6, because x value is 0 by the y-intercept. So which means the A. I'm gonna choose this one. This is the correct answer. Question 1.3. The value of x in the diagram is, so this is the diagram. We need to find the value of x. But remember, this is the uh, line, and then we got, this is also B to D is the line. So now this is gonna be a vertical opposite each other. This is a vertical opposite angle, and this whole angle is gonna be equal to 70-degree vertical opposite angle. Look here, this whole angle, this one is gonna be is equal to this one vertical opposite angle. So we're gonna apply the vertical opposite angle now. So we're gonna solve here. So we're gonna say we're gonna solve this side. 2x plus x plus 10 degrees. So all what we have, this angle, whole angle is going to be equal to 70-degree, because vertical opposite angle. We don't need to write the reason, because we just need to find the value of the x. So this becomes 3x and plus 10 degree is equal to 70-degree. Now we need to solve for x here. 70-degree, positive 10-degree, when you switch over this side become negative 10-degree. So now we left with 60-degree. 3x, both sides you divide by 3, so answer gonna be 60-degree divided by 3, so answer gonna be a 20-degree. So which means the 20-degree is the correct answer. So I'm going to use that D. This is my final answer. This is a quite interesting question. He said the KL parallel to MN. So this KL parallel to MN, and parallel to OP as well. So the OP, these one, two, three lines are parallel. In the diagram below, what will be the value of x? So we need to find this value of x here. So this is a quite interesting question, complicated question here. So now this is, must remember, this is KL parallel to MN. So this is a transversal line. LM is a transversal line. You can extend this line more this side if you can't visualize properly this diagram. So then this become alternative angle. Look here. This alternative angle, this is going to be a 60-degree. Right? We don't need to write the reason why, because we need to just choose the correct option here. Now, this side, if you look, this also both lines are parallel. So this is also vertical opposite angle, because MO is a transversal line. So that's gonna be a 45-degree. Now we got angle 1 and angle 2, both value we have, and this side is x we need to find. So we can use the revolution angle, or we can say angle at a point. So then we can find the value of x. So x and plus 60-degree and plus 45-degree that we all have must be equal to 360-degree y revolution angle, or you can say angle at a point. So now this is, we're going to use the calculator. It's going to be x plus 105-degree is equal to 360-degree. We need to find the value of x here now. So 360-degree, positive 105 become negative 105-degree. The answer gonna be a 255-degree. So we're gonna choose the option A here. This is my final answer. 1.5 in triangle ABC. This is a big triangle ABC, main triangle. Below AT perpendicular to BC. So the AT is perpendicular to BC, and BT is equal to TC. So the BT is equal to TC. BT is equal to TC. Thank you. Which congruency case can be used to prove that triangle ABT congruent to triangle ACT? So we need to prove these two triangles they are congruent, and then we have four possible options. We need to choose one. Now then we know that the AT perpendicular to BC, so which means this is 90-degree. So the angle T1 90-degree, angle T2 also gonna be a 90-degree. That's for sure. You can see this 90-degree angle sign. Now, so the AT is a common. AT is a common line. So we got one side, two side, and one angle. So which means I'm going to use side, angle, side. So the option C, that's going to be my final answer. Why? Because AT is a common. So one side, and the BT is equal to TC is given already. So this is second side, and this angle, they are perpendicular. So which means 90-degree. So angle T1 gonna be equal to angle T2. So we got two side and one angle. So I'm gonna say side, angle, side. So the option C. The 1.6 question says which one of the following statements is true or for a square. Now, a square is a trapezium. A rectangle is a square is a false. But we can say the square is a rectangle. Why? Because uh, square have four right angles. So we can say the square is a rectangle. We can't say a rectangle is a square. So the C, a rhombus is a square. So this is false. But the square are rhombus. That is correct. Why? Because the squares have four equal sides, and a rhombus also got four equal sides. So we can say squares are rhombus. We can't say rhombus are squares because rhombus don't have four right angles. A square is a kite is true because all the square can be considered kites as they have two pair of equal length adjacent sides. And but uh, kites are square. We can't say why because kite don't have four equal sides.